Let's have a look. Oh, that's a lot of fire. Now, this is what happens when you crash in a flight simulator like X-Plane 12. Let's drop it down. Kind of like a drop test. Yes, there we go. You have crashed, and we have a little bit of a visual information about us having crashed. The landing gear, for example, breaks, and of course, there is fire. And this is what happens when you crash a plane in the renowned Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. A whole lot of nothing. A whole lot of nothing. Yes, the Microsoft Flight Simulator refrains from anything that has to do with smoke or fire or any crash physics. Although we've kind of disintegrated into the ground. Why? Because they think crashing is scary. No, I actually don't know. Although the Microsoft Flight Simulator does give you the option to set engine fire. It actually doesn't do anything. It only kind of gives you an alert about fire and kind of shuts off the engine. It doesn't give you a proper animation. But that is something that's going to change now. Around a month ago, I talked about a new add-on called TFX, which adds engine fires to the Microsoft Flight Sim, and it works quite well. We even have sparks going on here. And now, on their Discord, I got my hands on an alpha. And yes, my alpha male friends, here we see here in the installer, we have all the airplanes that are added in so far. Phoenix have engine fire, 727 has that engine fire, 737, like all the PMDG planes, the ENI builds. The 747 has engine fire, but in the alpha build, some airplanes have something called a full-on crash animation. Now that is something that's going to come out soon to the public. Everybody, crash animation in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let's go ahead and have a look at what this Microsoft Flight Simulator can actually do now, thanks to this free TFX. It's completely free, by the way. I don't know why they do it free. It's kind of stupid for them to do it free anyway. Let's go ahead and take out this PMDG 737-800 on a doomed flight. We're not using an airline because I don't want to get sued. I'm saying, oh, you crashed your plane, die now. All right, let's go ahead and have a takeoff. Now, something we've had before is tail striking, and that's something we can engage just as well here. Let's go, tail strike. Yes, look at all that tail strike going on. Yes, finally a little bit of spark in the Microsoft Flight Sim. All right, and now just after takeoff, oh no, we go into the PMDG options menu here, where we can set failures indeed. Failures like fire, programmed, engine 1 fire. Yes, active. Oh no, we hear the fire bell. We love the fire bell. Fire! And let's go and have a look. Yes, everybody. The Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 with actual fire animation now. Now let's go ahead and bring fire to both engines here. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Chaotic Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Now this is already released. You can already get this like this, and this is kind of the point of flight simulation, you know. Flight simulators were started to train pilots, to have them be able to do emergency procedures that you wouldn't really train in real life. I mean, they wouldn't light an engine up on fire in real life to simulate this, and it's always been a bit of a shame the Microsoft Flight Simulator never really did that, but now it does, especially visually, and we can see how interestingly the engine behaves now that it's broken. We've got an EGT warning. For some reason they work though. Can we shut the fire off, I wonder? Let's go do that. Okay. Fire's shut off. Yeah. That's just shut off the engines, but not the fire. Okay. That's not gotten rid of the fire. Anyway, let's go ahead and do an emergency landing. Maybe not with landing gear. A belly landing. In the Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's always looked just weird because the plane behaves as though there's no issue at all, which makes it look pretty unreal. Let's go ahead and... I don't know why one engine works, one engine doesn't, and we're landing at a speed that's way too high, and I'm not referencing a crash here at all. Oh my god, that's horrible. Let's pretend this is not a 737-800. Come on, let's go ahead and now I just want to demonstrate the sparks that fly once you actually hit the ground like this. Come on, let belly landing like that. Yes, that's what I mean. Engine touchdown, and even like wing strikes and stuff. We have an immense amount of sparkling going on. Maybe a little bit too much. Oh, so we'd go ahead and retry this. We've definitely not been able to do a good landing here. Oh, come on, please discharge the fire here. Come on, please get rid of the fire here on the second one as well. There we go. Come on. A little bit of strikeage here. This looks very beautiful, very interesting here with all the reflections here on the livery. It's quite ridiculous. All right, come on, let's finally stop. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Perfect. Beautiful. So yes, all the sparks you want on a very poorly done landing. Now again, this works on a multitude of airplanes, both in the 2020 and the 2024, the iFly Max and stuff like that, or even this 777, of course, by PMDG. Let's go ahead and do full power. And while we are going full power on this plane, let's go ahead and quickly do some failures here. Fire, programmed, oh no, engine L fire, that's an L, and boom, we've got an engine fire alert, and we can see engine fire going on. Now this is quite a big fire here now on the GE90 engine, womp womp. But there's something that this plane also has. It is the crash animations we've been talking about. Here it is. It's the one I installed, Crash Animation V1, version 1, and that is very interesting. I haven't tried it out. I want to see what it looks like. Let's crash into a mountain. I feel like this video will get me on a watch list or something. No, it's just for testing purposes. Gibraltar, I love you, country. Let's go. What does it look like? What does it look like? Does it have an interesting look to it? Come on, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, that's a lot of fire. Holy moly, that is a lot of fire. Honestly, this might be better than X-Plane actually in terms of wow, in terms of looks, that didn't look bad at all. And I like how the plane reported a tail strike in the cockpit. Yes, this plane works. And once again, this is now an alpha build, mainly because they want to change stuff. So apparently they want to actually be able to disintegrate the airplane so that it actually kind of falls apart a bit. But damn, that wasn't bad at all. That almost felt like a real crash. Now I know if you're a diehard simmer, you're definitely not going to care about this add-on very much, to be honest, because their goal is not really to crash airplanes. I get that, and I feel like the Xbox gamers that have the Microsoft Flight Sim will care more about this add-on, but they can't install it because it's a PC only. But still, that takes a lot of skill to be able to even figure out whether the airplane has crashed, because I don't know if there's a parameter for it for the Microsoft Flight Sim, you know? So very nicely advanced. What other airplane crashes is the question. Yes, another one that's just been added is the CSS 737-500, and now finally doing weird challenges like trying to take off this plane from Lukla makes sense, because you're actually able to crash in the sim, and it's not like this balloon-looking plane that doesn't crash, like it's invincible. You can do it. Okay, there you go. Well, let's not give in too much engine power, though. We kind of want to... that's kind of the point of the... Oh, sorry. All right, big challenge. Is it going to take off? Let's see. Of course it isn't. We're going to crash now. Well, that's exactly the point. Oh, no! We're dying! Boom! Bam! Okay, we're still flying, or we've kind of crashed. But that's kind of... Oh, look, we've got a wingtip strike. And we're falling down the mountain still. We're yet to arrive down on the... We're still falling down the mountain. We're just like a falling fireball now. When are we going to come to a stop? We've been like literally falling for like the past 20 seconds. Okay, we are still in the process of falling. Okay, now let's open the logbook, but that's kind of dumb. Okay, we're definitely now very, very much on fire, and we've got smoke coming out. And what happens if we spawn to midair? Are we just going to maintain to be crashed? Are we just going to stay crashed? Yes, we are. Okay, it's not very realistic to be able to fly after a crash like this, but I'm liking this very, very much and the craftsmanship behind it. The good thing is, with skilled developers like this, I mean, the possibilities are endless. Like, how about smoke in the cockpit? Like, once you actually have an engine fire and you maintain the bleeds on, then smoke is going to enter the cockpit. I want to see that coming. X-Plane has that. Or how about adding realistic bird strike? I'm sure that's not actually that big of a problem now. So everybody, check out this add-on here if you want to add realistic engine fire. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, good night.
And a special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters, Guns Killer, R27, James Duram, That Dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijitsu Fanner, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New the York. You've got beautiful names.